So Child has been found guilty. The Oratories has given a different result than Neuvillette. Things are going crazy here in Fontaine. We're doing the Fontaine Archon quest. We need to let's go get to where we're supposed to be. Things are heating up a little bit. We had the trial of the century last time out. And there was a massive twist in that Child was convicted, even though he seemed to be completely innocent. So what is going on? We need to find out. So we need to get over this way. And figure out, can we clear his name? Is he actually guilty? I don't think so, because we convicted Marcel. Marcel was the guilty one. So why has Child been convicted?
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Why is a convicted murderer just allowed to wander around with like one guard who's not even controlling him? It's crazy.
Marcel! What are you doing over here?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list!
I don't think that's going to matter at this point. He's a serial killer.
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vacher? I erased all records of that name. So, unless...
Oh, that is a good point. Yeah, because we spoke to her.
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Yes, I met her.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it?
It was around the Fountain of Lucine. Something to do with my sensitivity to the hydro element.
The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. And I just never... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
No way. You don't get to do that. I wouldn't get him to do that. There's no way she'd want to speak to you now at this point anyway.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Exactly.
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
Yeah, I'm on Paimon's side on this one.
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans? Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs? Very well. I will grant your request.
There's that little hint there. He's saying humans like he's not one himself. Because at this point, I mean, spoilers, I know that he's a Hydro Dragon. I don't know what that means, but I know he's a Hydro Dragon, right? But we haven't been told that as far as I know. As far as we know, we just think he's like a powerful human. So I think that's the first hint that he's not actually human.
Your Honor, I fear that...
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
No, we saw how powerful Neuvillette was in the last episode. He just destroyed Child in like seconds. So yeah, I'm not worried about him escaping. I'm worried about you being too lenient on the man. He's a serial killer. What does he deserve this?
In that case, I shall leave him in your most capable hands, Chief Justice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, are you kidding me? What was that? The quest location is being used in something else. Hold on, let's have a look. Let's have a look. What is this? It's being used from what? What is this one? Talk to Charlotte. Oh, is this the quest that we've had right from the beginning when we first came to Fontaine? I think it is. Ah, okay. We might just need to talk to Charlotte. Okay, let's just do that. Oh, breaking my immersion here. I know they're going to do something in the future where you can change that or something, where that's not going to affect you anymore, but I don't think they brought it in for all the quests yet or something. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really been following it too closely. But let's go talk to Charlotte. We'll get this other quest. Oh, where is she? This other quest. Oh, man, way over there. Can we get this one done then? Oh, this is breaking it. I wanted to get all the... where are we going to go? Go there. I wanted to get all the Archon quest done without having to branch off to do other things. Never mind. We can get it done. It's not a problem. So I really can't remember what this quest was at all.
Huh? Isn't that Charlotte? Who's her friend and what are they chatting about?
It's so nosy.
Be pleased with the cherry on top, Charlotte. Journalist extraordinaire. Please tell me you're joking. I read that a gang of criminals tricked the Gardamex by disguising themselves as blubber beasts. It's true, isn't it? It has to be. I've invested all my savings into graph adversarial technology and even taken out a sizable bank loan. I'm begging you like the beggiest beggar in all of Begdom.
The beggiest beggar in all of Begdom. Oh man, if this video was, or if this quest was the main focus of this video, which depending on how long it is, it might be, that's the title of the episode right there.
I need you to calm down a little, Miss Lapine, Pauline. I admire your passion for your research, and I don't mean to dash your hopes for those, big-ticket orders. But I'm afraid I'm not joking. The Blubber Beast incident was a short story mailed to us by an anonymous amateur author, written in the style of a true story.
Amateur author? Short story?
It sounds like they're just discussing a story, but why does this Miss Lapine Pauline seem so distressed?
Funnily enough, I actually remember being in a meeting where the editing team was debating the potential risk of misleading the public with this story. They even went to Maison Gardiennage for advice. But to our surprise, they fully supported us printing it. They figured that the false intel would be a great way to dupe potential criminals into wearing ridiculous costumes when breaking the law. In truth, Gardamex are extremely sophisticated in their capabilities. They can identify criminals just as reliably as the best human guards, so a crude disguise isn't gonna get you far. If anything, it'll just make you stand out all the more. Since we ran that story, the Maison Gardiennage has made a slew of arrests, including, one phantom blubber beast, a titanic red-crowned finch, and a Spectre Man. So I knew this story had helped out law enforcement, but this is the first time I'm learning of an innocent citizen being deceived by it. And investing so much mora for nothing.
Yeah, doesn't it sound good?
Uh-oh. She really sounds like she's in pain. Hey, Charlotte?
Sorry, I cut her off.
Traveler, Paimon, it's you! I was in the area taking some photos for a story when I got to talking to Miss Lapine Pauline about her research. She read an article in the Steambird about a criminal who evaded Gardamex detection by disguising themselves as a blubber beast. Inspired by this story, she spent a lot of mora researching counter-criminal image recognition technology. Her aim was to improve Fontaine's public security by developing a device that could enhance Gardamex target recognition capabilities. She was hoping I could write an article to spread awareness about image recognition technology. She even paid me for the article and gave me one of her prototype devices before I could get a word in. But unfortunately, it was just a fictional story, and her efforts and aspirations were all in vain. I tried to let her down gently, but she's finding it all very hard to accept.
Well, could her technology not improve things anyway? Even if they are good? Does no, I don't know.
This is a new situation for us, too. It's such a pity. It seems like the author was only trying to make the story interesting, and the Maison Gardiennage only had Fontaine's best interest in mind.
Yeah, it's no one's fault. She's just a victim of a misunderstanding.
Wait, Miss Lapine Pauline, what are you doing?
Standing up by the looks of it.
I'm gonna pick a fight with a Gardamex,
Oh,
head
no.
to the opera at Biclez, and get a one-way ticket to the Fortress of Meropide.
What?
That way, I won't have to repay my debts. It's the only way I can afford to keep on living.
Oh, that's extreme. Okay.
Whoa, there's no need to go that far. I mean, come on, look at you. You wouldn't even dent the Gardamex armor. In all likelihood, they'd only hold you up at the Maison Gardiennage for a few days before letting you out, and then you'd still have to repay your debts. Actually, instead of going into the technicalities of that, how much did you actually invest? How bad can it really be?
270,000 Mora.
Okay, well, escaping to the Fortress of Mirapede over a sum like that seems like a last resort. Surely there must be other options.
Not anymore. I used to be an equipment supplier to the Fontaine Research Institute before that blew to pieces, and now I'm just a small-time engineer. I scraped together some savings over the past few years, but I put every last Mora into this project, and now I'm left with nothing.
You have to go farm some ley lines. You'll be able to get some more then.
It's not just my savings that are gone. It's my whole future as a graph adversarial technology specialist and my dreams of becoming a billionaire one day.
Oh dear.
My life is over.
Don't despair, Miss Lapine Pauline. I think I know a way for you to turn this around. This prototype you've given me, the camera lens for image recognition sample collection. It's really quite something. You said you designed it specifically for high-fidelity image capture and analysis, yes? The rapid focal length adjustment is a very useful function in its own right. It's sure to make many journalists' jobs much easier. In fact, I'd say it has the potential to revolutionize Fontaine's news media. So your research efforts thus far are by no means in vain. The technology you've developed may have many applications that you've never even considered.
Really?
Absolutely. I've been working as a journalist for the Steambird for a long time now. No one understands the issues we journalists face on a day-to-day basis better than me. So keep calm, take heart, and start thinking about mass production. In the meantime, I'll show your invention to all my colleagues to drum up interest in your product.
I can't believe it! If this is true, then I can look into setting up a whole camera lens development pipeline. My big-ticket orders and billionaire aspirations are still in the cards.
I mean, billionaire, that's a lofty goal. Maybe set your sights for a millionaire to start with and just see where you go from there.
Oh, maybe I should consider taking out another loan. That way, I can rapidly improve the lens production process, be the first to market, and prepare to battle for dominance in the camera industry.
Come on! Stop daydreaming about your pipelines for a minute. Just take it one step at a time and see how it goes. There's no sense in putting all your eggs in one basket before things are even off the ground.
Being overly ambitious might come back to bite you. Slow and steady wins the race.
And I can probably speak to some people I know and license my image recognition device to a workshop to raise some funds. I can't believe I didn't think of this sooner. There's no time to lose. I need to get to work. Early bird gets the worm.
Can you believe her? She just ran off. Paimon's pretty sure our advice went in one ear and out the other.
It's understandable. When inspiration and passion strike at the same time, it's all too easy to throw yourself headfirst into your work and forget about everyone around you. A lot of journalists are the same way when they're first starting out. But don't you worry. I'm gonna write an article on all this, and I'll be checking in on her regularly. Her research has the potential to benefit the entire journalistic community. I'll give her plenty of input to stop her from going down any rabbit holes, and make sure mass production of her lens can begin as soon as possible.
It's reassuring to know that you'll be looking out for her, Charlotte.
Go, Charlotte. Star journalist to the rescue.
Actually, you know what? Why don't you two take this prototype lens? I'm sure you'll have plenty of chances to use it on your travels. It takes the right person to get the most out of a new technology. In your hands, it's sure to capture some amazing sights.
Thanks a lot, Charlotte. What a nice surprise. We were just curious about what you guys were talking about. Totally didn't expect to get a free gift out of it.
You're welcome. I got something out of this too. The beginnings of a very interesting news story. The boundaries between real news reports and news-like fiction must not be blurred, even when there's a compelling justification for doing so. Yes, that's how I'll phrase it to the editors when I give them my feedback. Let's hope we don't mislead any more well-meaning citizens in the future.
Okay, we have a special analysis zoom lens gadget. So after activating the special analysis zoom lens through the inventory or the gadget shortcut bar, you can use your camera to use a special photo taking function. After Charlotte activates this gadget, the original effects of framing, freeze point, composition, hold mode cannot take effect, but you can use special methods to take photos. Okay, get a cool new camera.
Nothing else to do. Why don't I tell you a story?
No time for stories, Yomi. We have cameras to look at. Okay. So, activate gadget. Item activated. You can switch to it. Just want to try it out. Oh, item deactivated. Activated, and then what about if you want to take a photo? Just want to try this out here. Is that any different to what it was before? Background blur. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, here we go. Blur distance. Is this new? I don't even know if this was, because I don't really play around with the camera much. Let's try and get a look at camera. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. You can kind of do that and she'll look at the camera. Or I can get rid of the character. They're high person info. Oh, that'd be quite cool. Okay, well, you know what? I'm not too bothered by cameras anyway. Let's, okay, that should unlock. Is that all we needed to do? That was all we needed to do. Wow, that's a bit of a detour. Right, well, let's go back and carry on with what we should be doing. And we can play about with cameras later. Here we go.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Back then, I drank water from the primordial sea. It heightened my sensitivity to the hydro element.
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, in that case...
Vache.
Oh, yep, there he is. You can hear it.
Ah!
Yes, that's it! So you heard it too!
Vinier, it's me! It's me, Vache!
Vache? Vache.
Oh, I can imagine that if she figures out what he's done, I can't imagine she's going to be okay with it. Maybe it'll devastate her. Maybe this will be the punishment that's kind of, you know, justifying or what he's done. This punishment will be more so than just imprisonment.
I'm here! I'm here! Where are you, Vinier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait! Be careful! Hey, wait!
Vinier, is that you? It's me, Vache! Vinier!
Vache? Why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me. You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me. I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings like this? Vinier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
Here we go.
What are you saying?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day. If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself.
Okay, I mean, that's not guaranteed, is it?
If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks.
I mean, yeah, she's being harsh to him. It's not the direction I thought this was going to go. She's not even blaming him for, like, the deaths of all the other people.
It's all because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
You... Wait, you are not Vignier. Who are you?
Oh, okay.
You're right. I am not Vignier.
That explains
I
it.
am the sacrifices.
That explains it.
Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals, but we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine. The only one I am not is Vignier.
Why? But then, where is Vignier?
Oh, interesting.
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you.
Okay.
This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became?
Yeah, I mentioned that last time, that I thought, you know, that if she found out what he had been doing, she wouldn't want him. But that's... He never even thought about that.
I...
Didn't think, did you?
You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist.
I will say, it's kind of strange to me that someone who seems to have so little empathy for anyone else would actually have feelings strong enough for one person to go through and do that. I mean, I'm not a criminal expert by any means, but that does seem a little strange to me.
The only thing you are not is Vignier's beloved. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignier's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
Yeah, that makes sense. Looks like I didn't meet with Vignier back then either. They must have wanted me to lure Marcel here from the very beginning.
No! Vignier! She can't hate me. Let me see her, please. Have mercy.
You don't deserve it, mate.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vignier. She really doesn't want to see you anymore. But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you. Vache.
Vache?
Oh, here we go.
Vache. Vache. Vache.
This could be real bad for him. Oh no. Later, the guards find that the culprit of the serial disappearances of the young woman's case, Marcel, appear to have lost his soul. Ah, I didn't get to see it. Okay, I'll have to read that and edit. Several days later. I was reading that as fast as I could.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Shopping is stressful in its own way, though. My legs are killing me.
Ah, well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia! It's been a few days. Paimon's already started to miss you.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner like me?
Can't deny it.
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the courts in Sen. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one was going to come. This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court, all attended.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
It's been the dearest wish of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago.
Things turned out as well as they could have.
Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service. Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there, and there was no way she'd just let me go.
I guess that's why we had to speak to her, to kind of free her up for this bit, maybe.
Huh? So you know Charlotte too? The Charlotte? Journalist from the Steambird?
Yeah, way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, she was all over me. Wouldn't take no for an answer. I believe the story was called The True Heart of Darkness, Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose. To be fair, though, it was a really flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever since. She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
Oh yeah, she told us about that. She's always been super interested in that case, so now her wish has finally come true too.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
Nice.
Now that's another thing to look forward to. We trust Charlotte's skills with a pen for sure.
Oh, and in other news, I also took Clorinde out for a meal.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, are you two on better terms now?
While you were investigating Vaché's headquarters, Clorinde gave testimony on my father's behalf. It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time, so we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
I mean, that's a big decision. Could you imagine trying to kind of be on good terms with the person who killed your father? Even though it was kind of his decision to, like, you know, deliberately lose that fight. Still, that would be a difficult friendship to make.
Oh, that's great. Paimon also thought Clorinde wasn't actually a bad person. It's always good to have more friends.
Still a difficult choice, though.
Anyway,
Don't
now
know
that
whether
the
I
case
could do
has
it.
finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness. Oh, actually, there's still one last thing I need to do.
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave, and tell him the truth of what happened, as well as how it all ended. And on top of that, just how much people still look up to him, to this day. That includes me, too.
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
Can I come too?
We want to go too. We also think Callus is a really admirable person.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson before dark.
Yeah, you're right. It's been raining non-stop for a few days now.
Well, that's interesting. It could mean something. Rain in Fontaine sometimes might have a deeper meaning, which we haven't really sort of discovered yet.
This is where my father's grave is. To be perfectly honest, even I haven't been back here for a long time.
Huh? There's someone there already. Wait. That figure. It can't be...
Neuvillette?
Isn't that Neuvillette?
Yeah.
Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize. I wanted to show my father how much I've grown, but still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Neuvillette. In any case, why did you come to Poisson?
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is justice, anyway? There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callis proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callis made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice. A justice that's higher than life itself. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callis in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days. That high and mighty chair in the Opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Silver, one of my guys.
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
Didn't I just say you don't need to apologize?
Ah, so Navia and Neuvillette seem to have made their peace as well. Let's not disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done.
Following Navia and Neuvillette, you also pay respects to Callis.
Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Did Paimon do anything rude there?
Well, you're not usually supposed to fly around someone's grave.
Huh? Oh, Paimon didn't know that was a thing. But Paimon doesn't know what she would do if she can't fly.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something that most people need to worry about, is it?
Oh no. Paimon hopes Miss Navia won't be too mad.
Oh no. The Traveler's kind of mean sometimes, don't you think, to Paimon? Oh wow, she took it seriously.
Anyway, Neuvillette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a bit? If we can't talk to Lady Furina, we can at least talk to him, right?
Yeah, I think Neuvillette's probably one of my favourite characters from Fontaine. I like Navia as well. But yeah, he's definitely my favourite so far.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
Mm-hmm. We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
I see. Then is there something that I can help you with?
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this, since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
Okay, let's ask him some questions. About water from the Primordial Sea.
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that special water as water from the Primordial Sea, but what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Teyvat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it nurtured much of the life on this planet.
Huh. So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial then.
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
Huh. So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neuvillette. But if that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of water?
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead? To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some unknown secrets around the people of this land. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Yes. About the prophecy that has been circulating around Fontaine.
That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Furina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
Pretty much.
That's right! It was Lyney that told us back then. And that about covers all the main points.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels, and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant, and stay on the watch for further signs. Speaking of the prophecy, Furina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Teyvat for this purpose. If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Furina by her predecessor.
But with Furina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
I don't have much faith in Furina, but yeah, I don't think I do either at this point.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Oh, he's not going to answer that one. About Childe, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. At the beginning of this episode, I was thinking, oh yeah, we're going to go in and we're going to try and clear Childe's name or something. But no, we've just been shopping for a few days, and yeah, okay, what about Childe?
My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion. However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
But you also said you thought he was innocent.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it. Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness. Which is all to say, I have been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
Huh. So when Lyney told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information. Based on Furina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though, with her time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama. While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede. If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
I didn't go too far from the last time though, but yeah, I can see Childe would definitely probably want another go. Maybe, you know, he could say he was taken unawares, he wasn't expecting it. Okay, well now about the important question, the one we came here for. About my sibling.
Your sibling? Another blonde-haired traveler? I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches that description. If he ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure he followed our laws to the letter, and had no reason to appear on the stage of the Opera Epiclese. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Oh, okay, so no. I have no more questions.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. I very much enjoyed conversing with you. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memornia.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as well. This is merely the nature of a justice's work.
All right. You've got a point. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
As light rain falls without reason. Completed. Hey.
You know, we've been walking around for a while now. Why don't we go back to the Spina di Rosula base in the court of Fontaine and have a rest? Navia said something about having a place ready for us there, didn't she? Come on, let's go!
Okay, we will do that, but we will do that in the next one. Thank you for listening today and enjoyed that one. That was good. Yeah, I guess we're going to keep on going, and yeah, I'm very intrigued as to what's going to happen with Childe, and I'm going to find out more about Furina and about Neuvillette. Oh, I'm enjoying this one. This is great. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.